married 25 years, so there's not a lot of things my wife and I disagree on. We disagree on two things: how much champagne to drink. I drink champagne every day. Every day is a celebration. Different issue. The second one is how much turkey to eat. I would eat turkey way more often. And so I created a whole new event, Christmas in July. It's the middle of summer. It's the July 24th to be exact. So we're going to do some fun stuff. I found a turkey. It takes a lot of work actually to find a turkey in the middle of the summer. Usually I cook with a fresh turkey for special events, Christmas or whatever, but couldn't get a fresh turkey, Thanksgiving of course. So I got a great frozen turkey, and we're going to brine the turkey overnight, and we're going to use this brine I found. We're going to give it a try. It's actually still a little bit frozen, so it'll thaw out, and then we're going to smoke it as if we were cooking it. So we're going to smoke it for a bunch of hours tomorrow, and we're going to see how that goes. If it goes well, we might do it again. If not, it's Christmas in July. Rules, no rules. So there's a whole bunch of steps here, particularly since it's big turkey. I'm brining it overnight. Don't really have a big fridge, so I'll show you how I'm going to deal with that. And let's get started. All right, so first things first, we're going to release our turkey here from its protective covering. Carefully. I always like to wear gloves when I'm working with turkey or poultry. Now, if this was a fresh turkey, I'd go in and I'd do some more seasoning. Probably build up some spices, put on the side, maybe some limes, some lemons. But in this case, I'm not going to do any of those. I'm not going to do any of that because it's Christmas in July. All right, we've got our turkey now unleashed from its protective covering. Let's build our brine solution. I've given it a shake. It needs both the full bottle, and again, we're using this brine solution, this turkey bath. And instructions are half a cup of kosher salt, fill it up with water, immerse the turkey. Now, there we go. Bring that to the surface with some water, and we'll fill that up. All right, we filled up our bucket with lots of water. Brine smells pretty amazing, actually. It's an apple, what is it, a brine concentrate, classic holiday, apple sage, apple rosemary sage. Let's give that up a stir. All right. And let's make sure we get all the brine out of there. This is a concentrate, so you really want to get everything you can out of this bottle. All right, now let's give that another stir. Kosher salt. Now the fun part. Now let's get this bird in here. All right. Oh, that was a good guess. There we go. Look at that. That is one bird of brining. All right, so as I said, I don't really have a space anywhere in the house big enough. So what I've done is I've got this bucket, and as you've seen, I just filled it with icy cold water from the Yeti, so the ice had melted down. So that's a great start. So let's get this bucket in. We don't want anything from our turkey growing. Now to fit this in here, I took the middle rack out of the barbecue. Now what I need to do now is just pour a bunch of ice in there, and let's see if this is going to work. Let's see if I'll be able to close that. I will be able to close a lot of it. Of course, I got a lid on here, so that's pretty cool. So now I'm going to pour some ice in. I'm going to pour some ice blocks in, and this will keep our turkey chilled as it brines overnight. All right, the big day has arrived. It is July 25th. It is Christmas in July Day. All right, so our turkey has been chilling, literally, overnight with an ice bath, keeping it cool and in the brine. So we're going to take that out. Now we're going to do something different. We're going to cook it on the Yoder smoker. My friends at Reynolds sent me this new 100% recycled aluminum foil cooker. It's got the handles, check this out. And it's got this reusable little rack that comes with, which is kind of neat. So I'm going to give it a try. It is Christmas in July after all, so the living is easy. So we'll try that, get it on the Yoder or get it out, put a little bit of seasoning on it, trim it up. And I think we might explore a bit inside the turkey because it was a little frozen yesterday, and see if there's any insides, neck or whatever, clear that out. And then onto the Yoder smoker it goes. It's about 11 o'clock right now. We're going to eat about 4:30. Give or take, so we'll see as it goes. I'm going to use the meter thermometer on the inside of the turkey, and we want it to get to about 160, 165 comfortably easy. And of course, there's remote thermometers or thermometers attached in the Yoder, so I might double up just to see which one, kind of compare which one's more accurate. All right, let's get going. We've got our Alcan Reynolds rack ready to go. So let's get our turkey out. Oh, there we go. It's got a bit of a weight to it for sure. Not for every barbecue. Let's get our brined turkey out of here. All right, it's definitely got, you know, different color, taking on a different tone. Very nice, looking good, looking good. Now let's get inside and see if there's any. Oh yeah, there's a few things in here I'm gonna want to take out. It smells amazing. It's kind of got a, it's an apple with a sage. It's a really nice smell. Turkey neck, let's just put that in there. I gotta clean that bucket up anyway. Get rid of this, whatever that was. Otherwise, nice and clean on the inside. Yeah, very good. We're good to go. Let's wrap that back up. All right, and that's a nice sized bird. Got a little juices, which is perfect because that allows a little bit of juice and water to cook in. All right, now I could pat dry this to make it crispier skin, but I think what I'm going to do instead is there's there's some salt. I'm using the Cattleman's Grill Ranchero, which has actually become my favorite chicken poultry seasoning. And we're gonna apply that on liberally. You see some big flakes of salt there. Now, of course, there's already some salt in the brine, but I like a crispy skin. All right, and ready for the Yoder. Okay, so we've got our Yoder set up. I've got it at going up to 425 for about half an hour, just to crisp up the skin a little bit. But by and large, this will be cooked at more like 325, maybe 350, for probably about 4 or 5 hours. So let's get going. Now I've removed the top rack of the Yoder, and I've pulled out the heat dampener all the way to the right. So the heat source is here, so there's no real heat, direct heat on this side. So that's where we're gonna put our bird. Let's see. Oh yeah, that lifts up quite nicely. Perfect, there we go. So we have 2 thermometers to use. Right now we have the thermometer that came with the Yoder, which is powered by Fireboard, which is a fantastic app, and it gives me a read both on the temperature of the Yoder. I can control up, down, or sideways, just can't start. And then it also gives me the temperature of what I'm cooking. So that's one. The second one, I'm gonna give it a try on my meter. I'm just kind of curious to see which temperatures, you know, do they match? Does it all come together? First I test my meter. Should I see a green light? Yeah, I see a green light there. Make sure it's fired up. And for the meter, you need to get into this line, and then that gives you both external temp and internal temp. So let's go ahead and put the meter in to a big, big, thick part. You don't want to go on the inside. There we go. In terms of the Yoder, this is the Fireboard here. Starts the fan, starts the heat to control the temperature here, and then you have 2 places for our thermometer. Simply goes in and attaches in there and then runs through a hole here. So there is a little door right here on the Yoder where you can pass by your thermometer. It's made for such a thing, and we're going to put that basically the same but just a little bit off to the side. All right. Here we go. Christmas in July has begun. The cook. Now, cooking with poultry, I do like to take some extra precautions and clear up my surfaces just to clean them up, make them sparkly nice. All right. On to phase 2, potatoes. So part, of course, of the Christmas in July tradition is mashed potatoes. For today, we are going to make garlic cheese mashed potatoes. Roasted garlic. We're going to roast some garlic a little later on. It is very early in the cook, but never too early to get your potatoes peeled because things get pretty busy later in the day. So I've got these fresh Ontario yellow-skinned potatoes that I just picked up. A little untraditional, perhaps, in terms of Christmas, but anything goes in Christmas in July. Now, if you're a real chef, you're probably crying at watching me do this because these should be long, single strokes, as Jacques Pepin would say. I have to say, after a lifetime, I'm getting better at this, and way more efficient to do that than it is to hack away at it. All right, and continue. All right, so I'm going to take a break. We're making good progress on the potatoes now, very exciting cinema, and we're going to check out what's happening, maybe adjust the temperature. So let's go into my Fireboard app, which is the app connected to the Yoder. So what you can see is temperature pit 386. I've set it at 425, but I just had opened up the top so the temperature just came down. You'll see it going up. And you can see right here the temperature of probe 1. So that's where my bird is right now. Now, I want to bring that now back down to 325 for the rest of the cook. There we go. We set, and now it's going to drop down to 325. Now, the other app we've got is the meter app. And what I've discovered is the iron of the Yoder is too thick. The meter cannot transmit through the iron of the Yoder. So here's a screen grab, actually, of what it looks like when it's set up. And as you can see, it's 96, ambient at 270, which is exactly almost what the Yoder is saying. So that's a screen grab. When I opened up the lid, it connected right away. But the Yoder metal, 400 pounds of, 350 pounds of Kansas steel, blocks the signal from the meter. I didn't know that. I thought last time when I was using it, I had failed to charge it or something. That's why I did the extra check on the thermometer. So great for here. I've used it here and it works, but no go on the Yoder. So it's great that we've got the Fireboard app, which will tell us everything we need to know. Got it at 325, it's up to 402. It takes a little while to adjust the Yoder, so you got to be patient. But it's at 403 today, 404 because it's kind of getting up. The fire is burning, the pellets are burning, but then it'll quickly settle down to its 325 set point. All right, it's 3:47 on Christmas in July day. Time to do the big reveal. The turkey is ready, so the thermometers are telling me. Thermometer's telling me it's 181 degrees, a little hotter, but that's okay. I've put the Yoder into shutdown mode, so it's cooling off. So let's take a look. And there is our bird. You can see the difference, a little bit of the smoke makes here and around here. And then of course the brining, the tips are perfect. We've got both thermometers telling us our bird is ready, included the little popped up deal. So that is done. So we're just gonna let that rest. That's cooling off now. The next thing we're gonna do, just as an appetizer, is we're going to do a little bit of chicken bacon spadini. What is spadini? Well, you're going to find out. It's basically meat on a stick, right? So we have this Vincentina's specialized grill. It's got these slots here. You're going to see how we use that. We've got our Weber charcoal, and we've got this new charcoal that I found that I want to taste and try out. Check out this charcoal. Ziggy, stop digging. All right, take two. A couple things I love about them. First of all, you got to love this packaging. Look at this flat black. This looks like a ton of fun. Packaging. Check this out. You open it up and close it without that, the usual shit show that is trying to get charcoal out of paper bags. Look, you're done with it. You could close it up. I love these for this because you don't really want a lot of chunk because it goes all over the place. It's a bit hard to control. These are giant pieces of charcoal, so I'll use a few of these in here, and it makes it very easy to put it together. So we'll get that going with a couple of flamers, and then we'll do our spadini, and then we're going to start making our mashed potatoes with the garlic and the Parmesan and the light cream. So stay tuned.
So does this need to be all garlic is British.
Okay, now this is the fun part. We've got these smoking hot briquettes. Man, they are smoking hot. And now we've got our spadoosh. You see, it comes frozen, right from frozen, on these sticks. You give it a bit of space here and here so it fits in the slot. Let's get that on, and you're going to see some magic happen. We'll put it there. The heat will start to allow me to separate these, and then we're going to cook them all individually for a delicious Christmas in July appetizer. All right, now that we've got the spadoosh, we can start to separate and start to cook each individually. This is where the fun happens. This briquettes, they're super hot. I think I'm going to use half as much of these briquettes next time. I'm sweating here on Christmas in July. They just fall apart after a few minutes over the briquettes. And then this is one of our family favorites. This is a chicken bacon mix from Vincentina's. As you can see, that's where our grill is from. They also sell these grills so that you could put it right onto the barbecue, but heck, that's no fun. I guess you could put it on your Weber. But there we go. Now these position up, and you start to turn them and get the right amount of cooking done, and as they start to brown up. All right, so now we're getting into the mashed potatoes. So the barbecue is on, heating up the water. That's the first step. We've got potatoes boiling here. They, the ones we cut up, they probably boil for about 15 minutes to make them nice and soft. Okay, our potatoes are done like, done like potatoes. So they're nice and soft. I've been heating up this pan. Just got some nice heat going on it. So we're gonna start with a little bit of butter, and then we're gonna let that emulsify in. And don't worry, there'll be lots more butter to follow. There we go. I'm saving about half, and we're just gonna whisk that butter in. we are now going to put in our potatoes. It's a mess of potatoes for sure. That's all right. Yukon Golds. Whether it's Ontario or PEI, doesn't really matter. They're delicious potatoes. Love potatoes. Now, this is a mess of potatoes. Nothing like a little leftovers. And we got one runaway here. Let's get that one in. All right, now we're going to give these a bit of a mash up into the water. All right, now we start adding in our light cream. Probably going to use less than this if you're, we're making a mass of potatoes here. So we're going to just play it as it goes. A little bit at a time, mix them up into the potatoes, and they'll soften up nicely as we go. Now let's start adding in our roasted garlic. At this point, we want to actually turn the heat down a little bit. We've now got our heat on medium, but that'll carry us through nicely for the rest of the cook. Add the rest of our butter as well. Come on out, come on out. There we go. As Dr. Sylvain would say, we're using grass-fed butter. These are starting to shape up really nice. And we're also going to fold in, I guess as the bakers would say, our Parmesan cheese. We're going to put about a 1/4 cup. That was probably half a cup actually. Hey, it's Christmas in July, so that adds a bit of fun texture. And while those are finishing off, let's reach into the garden and get some fresh chives. Handy right from the garden, fresh chives. So let's put these in now. Here's a fun tip. I like to use scissors because it just makes for a really easy and quick cut. Don't want to overwhelm. I don't want to overwhelm anyway the potatoes with too much chives. Just add a bit of greenery. Now let's get some fresh parsley. Big advantage of Christmas in July. Everything's super, super fresh and right from my garden. Well, garden might be a bit of an overstatement. Certainly from my herb garden. Let's put it that way. I want to add in a bit of salt, which I haven't done yet, and some pepper. There we go. And we're done. Our potatoes are done. Beautiful. All right, our turkey has been nicely tented. Thanks again to our friends at Alcan for that. And I'm very impressed by this. It's held up nicely. It's a perfect thing for the summer. All right, so let's get to carving. We've let the turkey cool down. I see a lot of people carving their bird like right away. You got to give it some time to rest and relax, and it'll just make your life a little easier as well. Let's first of all cut this open here. Give us some room. And we're going to take, first of all, the legs out. There we go. And then we're just going to find this breastbone and go down that breastbone. And that becomes our easy way to get that huge piece of chicken breast. Just like that. Carving up so nicely. All right, now let's get the plate and start plating some of this. All right, Christmas in July, here it is. It's 25th of July. We're celebrating another great opportunity to eat turkey. It's all come together. We've got stuffing, we've got salad, we've got, what are these? Brussels sprouts. You got Brussels sprouts. We got cucumbers fresh from the garden. We got delicious gravy. It all comes together. Happy Christmas in July, and see you next time.